Welcome back here to Good Day, Kentucky. We have a very important topic to talk about now. We brought in Lieutenant Jeremy Merle and Sergeant Mike Bowling. They're both with the Electronic Crime Branch for the Kentucky State Police. They're working in internet crimes against children. They're on that task force. And we wanted to bring you guys in to first tell our viewers at home, how big of a problem is child exploitation online here in our state?
It's a large problem. Every day there are about 500,000 predators online.
Here in Kentucky?
That's nationwide statistic. Okay. It does affect people in Kentucky because, of course,
it's
the
online,
internet's
yeah,
everywhere.
Right.
So there's a large amount of predators online that are actively trying to engage children and sexually exploit them.
Tell me about how do they lure these young kids in?
You know, the thing about someone online trying to lure a child is they know the lingo. They know the popular songs, the talk, the hangouts, and just like this is summertime and many of our children are on summer vacation. Well, the predators know this as well, and they're online. So they mirror themselves with how a child would act online as well.
What kind of platforms are the predators using? Is it all social media sites? Is there anything else parents should be wondering about? How do they find the kids online?
They're everywhere. They're on virtually every app you can think of, online computer games, social media.
Games?
Just anywhere.
Well, with the games, I'm thinking that because that's such a virtual medium, that you can be in another house playing games with some of the kids don't know who they're playing with, do they?
That's exactly right. Exactly right. And we always say.
But then how does it get from the game to the conversation?
Well, that is where, you know, they start to become friends and separate them from what they know. So they will have a child get on at midnight or at 3 in the morning, just whenever it's convenient for them to not be around when mom and dad is asleep or guardian is asleep. They take advantage of that. And the internet is everywhere. It may not be at our house, but it's at restaurants, free Wi-Fi at a friend's house. So children have access to the internet 24/7. And
what is your advice for parents at home? How much can you monitor, your child's social media? Should you be looking at their messages? Is some platform safe? What's your advice on finding a balance there?
I think that's going to be up to the individual parent.
Okay.
Personally, I would know where my kids are going online. They should know, the parents, guardians, whoever, should let them know what their limitations are online, what sites they're allowed to go to, and just ask questions. Be a parent. Who are you talking to while you're on the internet? What's your favorite game that you play? Who do you play with? I think it's important for parents to know what their kids are doing online to help them combat these sort of things.
And see, that's the thing, it was a very interesting thing you just brought up, asking those questions. But when I say this, it's with no disrespect. Parents are so busy, two-income families out there trying to put a roof over their kids' heads. And the predators know this.
Exactly.
So sometimes these kids are at home taking care of their own brothers and sisters. How does a family member or how does a friend of a family see any warning signs?
What we like to tell children and parents and guardians is, when your child or young one turns 16, would you give them the keys to a high-powered automobile and say, see you at 11? I would like to think most of us would not.
Right.
So there's rules, there's boundaries that we set, and also we're teaching them just like we would teach them to drive a car. We have the computer or the tablet in a common area, know their passwords, know their friends, and we monitor them. And we also have cutoff times. At 11 o'clock, the iPad or the tablet or the phone comes in my room with me. So there's rules established, and we mentor them and guide them and educate them on how to be a safe online person.
I wanted to ask you about the age ranges that are being targeted, because I think some of us would say, oh, once you're an older teenager, I should be more conscious of this. But it's scary to say, but these predators are going after really young children, right? Like before you may think that you have to protect your child from that. Is it all ages?
Actually, it is all ages. That is the scary part. You need to be, if you're letting your kids online, then you need to be preparing them for these sort of things. So typically, online sexual exploitation or luring kids away from home, middle school years really. I mean, you would think high school would be the predominant, but it's actually younger.
What are you seeing? Are they different predators around America, state by state? Here in Kentucky, what are you doing to tackle this issue? Do you do things differently here as opposed to somewhere like, say, Colorado?
No, I wouldn't say that we do anything different. The neat part of the task force that we belong to, the ICAC task force, is nationwide. It's run by the U.S. Department of Justice.
Wow.
And every state has a task force, and we communicate between each other very well. As you can imagine, involving the internet, a lot of times the kids in Kentucky are being approached, to use your example, by people from Colorado.
Right.
So our task force can reach out to that task force and say, hey, this IP address is trying to contact this child, and we work very well together. So there's 61 task forces nationwide. Some of the larger states have more than one.
And what can people do at home if maybe they're concerned about an online predator? Can they reach out to the task force?
Absolutely. That's what we want them to do is,
Okay.
Also missingkids.org, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They have a cyber tip line set up. You can file a cyber tip, which will come if they have analysts that look at these complaints and send them to the particular state where it resolves back to. If you have any questions, obviously just call.
Yeah, and we're going to put all that information up there. There it is, everyone. There's the number right now, or you can head over to their website as well for much more information. We're going to put it on our website as well. We thank you both for coming in. Thank you for taking the time. We know you guys are super busy.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
we
us.
really
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
This
We appreciate
changing
you.
digital age, letting us
Yeah.
know what to look out
It's
for.
never
We
changing.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, stay with us. Coming